It's a windy day, today it's very windy, but the sun is out. Fortunately, we have some sunshine today, which is ever so nice, I think so. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope you are happy. I'm just setting up a live stream. Oh, let's see what's going on. I always feel very excited at the start of every live stream. Ooh, very nice. Oh, there I am. I can see myself now. Oh my goodness. I'm wearing my blue and white t-shirt today. Even though it's not exactly warm, I will be honest with you, it does feel a little chilly outside today. But we do have sunshine and we have no rain. Not like yesterday when the rain was coming down very heavily and it was really quite annoying. So here we go. We are now live on YouTube, live across the World Wide Web. Do you like the internet? Are you a fan of the internet? We were talking about this yesterday. I did mention that there are some people who are very cynical or critical of the internet, but I love the internet. There is always something new to learn. There is always something new to find out about this amazing world in which we live. So personally, if I was honest with you, and I do like to be honest with you, I love the internet. I think it's great. As I said yesterday, there are many inventions over the years that have caused harm and death. So the internet is probably one of those things that does sometimes cause problems. But what about motor cars? Think of all the people's lives that are damaged or ended by motor cars. And you never hear people say, we have to get rid of motor cars. Thousands and thousands of people keep dying every year from driving motor cars or stepping out in front of them. But no one ever says that. Oh, hello to the live chat once again. Tuan Nguyen. Hello, Tuan Nguyen. Guess what? You are first on today's live chat. I've never seen you before on the live chat as the first person. So can I say congratulations to you? Tuan Nguyen Sun, welcome, and I hope you are feeling good. Congratulations. Yeah! Hooray! Yeah! I don't have my studio applause, unfortunately, because today I'm outside in the garden. I couldn't resist coming outside. The sun was shining. Everything was rather nice. Unlike yesterday when it was absolutely pouring with rain. Did you see it? I did get quite wet yesterday, by the way. Hopefully today I will stay dry. I am underneath my gazebo, just in case. You never know. It might start raining. Who knows? So I am prepared for any eventuality. Ooh, I like that word. Eventuality. When we talk about eventuality, we are talking about possibility, something that might or might not happen. So any eventuality, anything that happens, anything that occurs today concerning the weather, I am prepared for it. Completely prepared. Hello also, can I say hello to Connell? Hello Connell, nice to see you back here again today. Tomaz is also here. Grace Chin, hello Grace, nice to see you. Maliha, hello Maliha, nice to see you here as well today. Mary, hello Mary. Now you were first on the live stream yesterday. However, today you are not. But who knows, you might be first tomorrow, so we will have to wait and see. Yes, you did hear me right. Between now and the end of July, I will be with you every day. So today I'm with you, tomorrow right through till Friday, so right up until the end of July, because of course on Friday it is the 31st of July. So I will be with you every day for the rest of this week until Friday. Today it's general chat. This is one of my extra English streams. So normally I'm with you on Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, but during July I've been giving you some extra live streams. So it is me in the garden talking to you, and of course you chatting to not only me but also everyone else on the live stream. I like to think of this as a big happy family. We all join together to share our love of the English language. You can have captions, by the way. If you press C on your keyboard, you can actually have captions or subtitles. Also, if you go up into the corner of the screen, I think it's actually up there. If you go up there, you can actually find the settings on your mobile device, and you can activate your captions up there if you are watching on a mobile device or maybe an iPad or a tablet device. So that is how you can get your captions live right now. Rahul is here. Hello also Palmyra, Lewis. Palmyra and Lewis are two of the moderators. They are the police. They hang around, keeping a lookout for anyone that might be causing chaos or mischief on the live stream. We also have, Luis Mendez, by the way. Hello, Luis. I have to say hello to Luis. Hello also, we have Nethra. Will Mr. Steve come today? He won't be here today because it's weekday, you see. We are having a weekday. So today is a weekday, and as we all know, Mr. Steve never shows his face on a weekday. Never at all. But he will be with us once again on Sunday. Once again on Sunday. Hello also to Eagle Fly. Hello from East Timor. Nice to see you here today. We have a lot of people watching very close to where you are. So that part of the world, there are many people watching. So hello to East Timor. Nice to see you here. And also Eagle Fly as well. It is so windy today, says Roxy. Here, it's very windy. Yes, we have had lots of gales, blustery wind blowing all day. But I decided to come outside anyway. I thought so. Hello, Gemini. Gemini, I like your t-shirt. The design looks very similar to a mug. You're right. Yes, you are right. There is a traditional type of teacup or mug that has blue and white stripes. You are right. Yes, well observed. Can't be bad. Hello also, Etty, Argentina. Hello, Argentina. Can I say a big special hello to you? I hope you are staying well, safe and happy where you are. Hello also to Mosen. Hi Mosen, nice to see you back as well. Rose. A little bit of Shakespeare, you see. A rose is but a rose by any other name, so it is still as beautiful as it actually is, no matter what you call it. So you can say a rose, a flower, bloom, but it's still a rose, whatever you call it. A rose is still a rose by any other name. I am going to sneeze, by the way. One of the problems with the wind is it stirs up all of the pollen as well. So I am suffering slightly from hay fever today, for which I apologise. I don't know why I'm apologising, because I can't help it really, you see. It's my body, it's very sensitive to pollen. It's not a good place to live, by the way. Can I just say, if you live in the countryside and you have hay fever, you might want to change your mind about living there. If you are thinking of moving to the countryside, you must first of all consider the fact that you might have some sort of allergy, some sort of sensitivity, like me. So I live in the middle of forests and grass and all sorts of crops that are being grown by the farmers. So you can imagine how much hay fever I suffer from during the summer. It's quite bad. Hello also to... Oh, can I say hello to Zuzika? Hello, Zuzika. Live long and prosper with your Vulcan salute. Yes, as you know, I like Star Trek very much. I think... What is the word that people use nowadays? If you like Star Trek, I love science fiction, but if you like Star Trek, what is the actual pronoun or the noun that you give? Trekkers. Is it trekkers? Trekkers or trekkies? Because I remember a few years ago, people were debating what to call people who like Star Trek. Is it trekkers or trekkies? Trekkies. I think people who like Star Trek are called trekkers. I think so. Thank you for your lovely bless you. If there's one thing I need at the moment, it is lots of blessings. Trust me. Hello also to... Oh, can I say hello to Mohammed Ahmed? Hello to you as well. Thank you for joining me. It is Tuesday today, just in case you haven't looked at your calendar yet. Today is Tuesday. We are coming towards the end of July. I will be with you every day between now and the end of July. So today, tomorrow, through till Friday, which is the final day of July. I have had a very busy month. I've been here almost every day. 6 days a week I've been with you during this month. Mary Glau, hello to you. Also we have, hello to, can I say hello to Valeria? Hello Valeria, nice to see you here today. Very nice indeed. Mr. Steve made some lovely supper last night. We had a lovely evening dinner. Vegetables, lots and lots of vegetables. One of the things I've noticed recently is we are eating quite healthily because we are visiting the shops quite often at the weekend. We are buying a lot of vegetables. So during this period of time, for the past 4 months, we've actually been eating a lot more vegetables and also meat as well. We've also been eating meat as well. But yes, lots of vegetables. And as you know, my favourite vegetable of all is... What? What is it? What is my most favourite vegetable? You should know by now. There should be no excuse for not knowing. What is my most favourite vegetable? Do you remember? It is something that I love eating a lot. Can I say hello to... Oh, hello Mog Mog. Mog Mog is also a Trekkie. Trekkie. So you like Star Trek. Live long and prosper, as the Vulcans say. I always love the Vulcans. I think of all the aliens in Star Trek, I think the Vulcans are one of my favourites because they always use logic. They don't show too much emotion. They don't allow their emotions to control their actions. So they are quite logical. And I like that. I quite like that. I am almost a Vulcan. The only thing I don't have are the pointy ears. So I don't have pointy ears, unfortunately. But yes, I do like Star Trek. I prefer, now this is just my opinion, I think the Next Generation was the best of all of the TV shows. So I quite like the original series with Captain Kirk. but it looks a little bit dated, doesn't it? Even though they added some new CGI effects to make it look a little bit more modern. But yes, it looks a little bit dated, but I do like the Next Generation. I do. I love it very much. Also the movies, of course. The movies. I think one of my most favourite Star Trek movies must be The Voyage Home, because it's such good fun. It is a great movie. It also has quite a positive message as well. So I like Star Trek very much. Has anyone guessed my favourite vegetable? Lettuce? Who said lettuce? Lettuce. What do you think I am? A rabbit? Not lettuce, no. Is it lettuce? Is it cauliflower? I do like cauliflower, but that isn't it. There is one vegetable that I absolutely love. Marius says, Mr. Duncan, you like cheese. That is true. That is very true. I like cheese very much. But what is my most favourite vegetable? There is one vegetable that I can eat forever and ever until I go pop. What is it? I can't believe no one knows. I mention it all the time. I even named my dog after the vegetable. Does anyone know what my favourite vegetable is? Ooh. Beatrice does not eat meat. That is okay, you see. Some people don't like eating meat for various reasons. Sometimes health issues. Sometimes because of their beliefs. Sometimes because of their feelings towards eating meat anyway. Or maybe all of those things, you see? All of those things. My most favourite vegetable is actually potato. I love potatoes. I actually love potatoes so much. Well done, Mika. Mika, you got it. Yes, potatoes. I even named my dog Potato when I was living in China because my dog's head looked a little bit like a potato, you see? That's the reason why. Also, oh yes, Tomaz and also Manas says potato as well. Yes, I like potatoes. I do like them very much. I also like broccoli as well. I think broccoli is one of those vegetables that is very underrated. I love broccoli. Although you have to cook it properly, you see. It is hard to cook broccoli perfectly. You see, you have to be very careful. You don't want to cook it too much or else it will go all sloppy. Ugh. But you don't want to cook it too little or else it will be too hard. It will be like eating a branch from a tree or something like that. Hello, Shaker Adam. Hello, Shaker. Nice to see you here today. I had a little shake this morning when I woke up. I jumped out of bed this morning and I had a little shake in the morning to get my limbs all supple. That's what I did this morning. Yes. Tuan Yuin says, I am getting so excited. Ooh, why? Because I am on holiday and I will go marine diving to explore many different types of fish with pretty colours. Well done, nice. Where are you going? Is it somewhere local or are you going to a completely different place? Wow, I hope you have a good time. Under the water, swimming around with the fishes and all of the lovely marine life. Marine life. So when we use the word marine, it normally refers to anything that is related to the sea, things that you do on top of the water, or things that you do under the water as well. Yes. Beatrice says, sometimes I eat some fresh fish like salmon or sole. As I said the other day, we were talking about this the other day, I do like salmon. I will be honest with you, I do like a little bit of salmon. I really do. Mr. Duncan, you look handsome today. Thank you, Jasper. That's very kind of you. I needed that lift. My ego has been restored. Thank you very much. Francesca says, I love artichoke. Artichoke. How frequently do you eat potatoes? Well, I'm not eating them at the moment. So at the moment I am not eating potatoes, but last night we had some lovely mashed potatoes. And as you know, I always like to make my mashed potatoes with lots of butter and milk. Even though sometimes I think Mr. Steve doesn't like my potatoes. I think he dislikes the amount of butter that I put into it. But I love my mashed potatoes. They have to be creamy. You have to put a lot of butter into your mashed potatoes. And I'm very good at it. I make the world's best mashed potatoes. I do. So I wonder where Tuan Nguyen is going. Where are you going to do your deep sea diving? And what do you do? Do you just go into the water? Do you just jump in the water? Or do you wear something like some people have a big oxygen tank or tank, an oxygen tank, which is not easy to say, by the way, an oxygen tank, normally on your back, so you can go very deep into the water. You can go deep down and swim. So maybe you are going to wear something that on your back that has some oxygen inside it, and maybe a mask, and then you can go very deep into the water. Hello to Maria, who says, I like beetroot and green beans. I don't like beetroot. Isn't that strange? I really don't like beetroot. Even the smell of beetroot, ooh, it makes me feel quite queasy, ill, sick. I don't like the smell of beetroot. I don't know why. It is very strong, pungent. I don't like it at all. Hello, Marlin Suarez Del Rey. I love your classes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Marlin. That's very kind of you to say. I also love doing this. The pigeons have returned. Mr. Duncan, you should take care of your cholesterol levels, says Unicarina. Yes, well, I do have checkups with the doctor, especially at my age, you see. Apparently, when I passed 50, I started getting lots of messages from my doctor saying, "Oh, Mr. Duncan, we've noticed that you are now over 50. We think you should come and have a checkup." And so you go to the doctors, they take your temperature and your heart rate and your blood pressure, and they put their finger up your bum. I'm not joking. What? That was one thing I was not expecting, to be honest. You know, I wasn't expecting that. But when you get to a certain age, when you reach a certain age, apparently doctors insist on putting their finger in your bottom. I don't know why. I think they just enjoy it, I suppose. Hello also. Do you like sports? I don't follow sport, but my doctor does. My doctor has a very favourite sport. He normally puts a rubber glove on. Oh, Mohammed Ahmed, do you like to eat Arabic food? I will invite you when you visit when I visit. I will invite you when I visit England. I hope so. Arabic food. Now I'm imagining. I think there are lots of dips and salad, vegetables, and also certain types of meat. Sounds very nice. I did eat a lot of meat when I went to Turkey. When I was in Turkey, I ate a lot of meat. In fact, I had... Sorry, I'm just looking at the messages coming through now. Very interesting. I had the best steak ever that I've ever eaten in my life. I had the best steak in Turkey. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did with the steak. I don't know what they did with the steak, but it was absolutely gorgeous, tender, delicious. Whew, yes. So that is one of my memories of eating in Turkey. I love the sound of the pigeons in the background, or are they grey doves? They are actually wood pigeons. There are many wood pigeons around here, and couscous. I like couscous, but not too much of it. So I like couscous with other things. Things that have mint. Ooh, and also garlic as well. I like herbs. I like spices, but not too much. I don't like too much spice. Turkey says it is not an Arabic country. I never said it was. I didn't say it was, but it reminded me of eating meat, you see. I was talking about eating meat earlier. So it reminded me of my most favourite steak. So I'm not saying that Turkish food is Arabic food. I didn't say that. In fact, a lot of Turkish food is very similar to Greek food in some ways. Unicarina says thumbs up for the NHS. My doctor didn't use his thumb. I think he used the whole fist, to be honest. What? Vegemite. Hello, Mike Saw. Mike Saw. That's how I was feeling after visiting the doctor. Vegemite. Oh yes, Vegemite is something you can buy in Australia. It is very similar to Marmite. So here in the UK we have Marmite. In Australia you have Vegemite. Vegemite. Yes, I've heard of that. I've heard of it. There was a famous song called Down Under, and I think they mention Vegemite in the song. Men at Work. Many years ago in the 1980s, I remember that song very well. Mr. Duncan, the doctor puts their finger in the bottom to check for prostate cancer. Yes, well that's their excuse anyway. That's what they say. Mr. Duncan, you make me very hungry. It is quite late now in the Philippines, says Jasper. Are you hungry? Do you ever eat at night? Now, when I was younger, I would always feel quite hungry at around about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I would always like to have a little snack. So I would sneak downstairs, I would slowly sneak into the kitchen and find maybe a biscuit or a little bit of bread, and I would eat it in the early morning, you see. So yes, I do like eating food late. Not so much anymore, because sometimes if I eat food too late, and then I get indigestion, you see. Again, another thing that happens as you get older. So a lot of older people suffer with indigestion. So I can't eat very late at night anymore. I wish I could, but unfortunately I will get terrible indigestion. My dream is to speak English clearly. I do it every day, but it seems quite hard to improve. Hak Lao. It takes time. Now, this is something I've said before about people who are learning English or any language. Quite often, your own opinion of your level of English or how you are actually learning is always wrong or incorrect. So many people think that their English level is worse than it actually is. So a lot of people do doubt their abilities or their learning. It is a normal thing. It is a normal thing. Khalid Nabil, hello Khalid. Mr. Duncan, you're awesome. Thank you for your efforts. Hello also. Oh, apparently Lolly Lolly says Marmite is very salty. A lot of people don't like Marmite, including me. I don't like the taste. It's quite salty. I think it has yeast. Is it yeast? I'm sure it has lots of yeast inside it. I think so. There was a bird watching me. Hello. Can you hear the birds? There are some birds flying around above my head. Giuseppe. Oh, Giuseppe, I understand what you're saying there. My car really hates pigeons. I think we know why. Yes. Pigeons are quite a pain, to be honest. They are very attractive birds. It's very nice when they fly overhead, and they look lovely when they're all flying together, going around in the sky, and then you can hear their little calls. Like that. Isn't that lovely? But also, pigeons have another habit, which is pooping everywhere. They poop on the side of buildings. They poop on your house or the roof of your house. They also poop on your car as well. Tiago Varela, you know the world of English is a fun and exciting place to be. I'm so glad I can join you for another lesson. Hello from Brazil. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's been a long time since I've said that. I used to say it all the time, but I can't remember the last time I said it. I used to say the world of English is a fun and exciting place to be. I'm so glad you could join me for another live lesson. Pigeon poop. They are like little atomic bombs. And the other thing, if a pigeon does a poop on your car and then you leave your car in the sunlight or in the hot sun, the poop will dry. It will go very hard and it's very difficult to get off. Mr. Steve always gets quite angry when the birds poop on his car. He does get a little bit annoyed, especially when he's visiting his mother, because he feels as if somehow the poop on his car will disappoint his mother. Yes. It's a very interesting relationship Steve has with his mum. Hello, Naranjan, watching in India. Nice to see you here as well. How can I match the pronunciation of British English? Well, I suppose if you want to change the way you speak, if you want to improve the way you speak, my advice is always the same. Listen to your voice. Listen to other people. Listen to movies. Listen to Mr. Duncan. Hello. Listen to lots and lots of different ways of speaking English, but the most important thing of all is listen to yourself. Listen to how you speak. Use your mobile phone. Use your MP3 player. There are many ways of recording the sound of your voice nowadays. So that would be my advice to you. Mr. Duncan, I have lots and lots of pigeons in my garden, and they do poop everywhere, says Beatrice. Yes, I think. Well, At the front of the house, we have some nice chairs. We have some lovely chairs that we like to sit on when the sun is out, which is not very often. And in the morning, the pigeons all come down and they land on the chairs and they do their big poops all over our lovely chairs. So in the afternoon, when we want to sit down and have a cup of tea, the chairs are covered in big white patches, big lumps of pigeon poo. It's not very nice. Oop. Wow. Hello. That was a strong gust of wind. I almost lost some of my equipment then. Did you see that? Wow. The wind is quite strong today. I wasn't expecting it to be quite as strong as this, to be honest. There is no sentence game today because this is not English Addict. Tomorrow, of course, tomorrow is Wednesday, and yes, I will have my English Addict tomorrow from 2 p.m. UK time. No sentence game today, but yes, tomorrow everything will be going on. We have words, we have some modern words. We'll be talking about words that are current words that people are using a lot nowadays. Maybe some of the words might be controversial. Oh, Mr. Duncan, you can't be controversial. Wow, Mr. Duncan, you can't. Honestly. A lot of people seem to dislike pigeons. A lot of people seem to hate pigeons. They don't like them. Hello, Paolo. Paolo, hello, my web hero. Do you mean me? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say so. The wind is really building up. I don't know why it's suddenly become very windy. Giuseppe says, I am planning to climb a tree, and also I will do that so I can poop on the pigeons all day. I'm not sure if I advise that. That might not be a good idea, to be honest. Yes. Tuan Nguyen asks, have you ever seen the show called The Annoying Orange? Of course I have. I remember when that was first created, when no one knew about it. So because I am a veteran of YouTube. Did you know that? I'm a veteran of YouTube. I've been around for nearly 14 years doing this. So yes, I know all about The Annoying Orange, of course. I remember when it first started many years ago. Fred. I remember Fred. Who remembers Fred? Fred was the first big YouTube star many years ago, and then everyone became bored with him. And this is what happens, you see. This is life. This is show business. This is how it works. People will love you. They will want you every day, and then they become bored. They become tired of you, and then they move on to something else. People can be very fickle. Oh, I like that word. Fickle. If someone is fickle, it means they easily change their mind. So maybe one day they like One Direction, and then the next day they like BTS. You see? That's how it works. That's how it works. Eagle Fly says, I can hear an owl. That is actually a pigeon. One of the birds that we are talking about today. We're talking about pigeons. We're talking about a lot of things, to be honest. We really are. Hello to Roxy. Yes, I remember Fred. Who remembers Renetto? Wow, Mr. Duncan, you are really going back in time. Way back in 2006, there was a YouTuber called Renetto, and he was the first big YouTube star before Fred came along, of course. So Renetto was a guy who used to talk about social issues. He would do video vlogs many years before they became popular. So Renetto, I remember Renetto. I wonder what Renetto is doing now. I wonder what he's doing nowadays. But this is what happens, you see, in the world. You can be the biggest star in the world, but then the next day you can be nothing. And that's it. That's the reality of show business and entertainment. One day you are the cock of the north. One day you are the cock of the north, and the next day you are a feather duster. That's the reality of YouTube. I am looking for the word pup. It isn't pup. It is actually... the word is poop. Poop. It is a funny way of saying poo. Poo-poo. Poop. You see? Gemini says you are my first YouTube star, Mr. Duncan. Thank you very much. I never ever think of myself as being well known on YouTube. I never think of it because I know there are many other people who are much more well known and much more famous than me. So, to be honest, it doesn't bother me anymore. I can't really worry about it because that is the nature of the world of YouTube. One day you are the biggest thing, you are the flavour of the month, and then the next month you vanish without trace. You are gone. That is how it works. It is a very harsh reality. Harsh reality. But it's true. Mr. Duncan, your heart and your brain are the youngest. Thank you very much. Mr. Duncan, I'm seeing my name a lot today on the comments. I'm seeing them a lot. We will never forget you, Mr. Duncan. Thank you, Lolly. That means a lot to me. It really does. Poop. Well, there is poop and there is pup. Pup. So when we say pup or puppy, that is a small dog. It's a baby dog. A young dog is a puppy. Sometimes we say pup. Pup. A young dog is a pup. But I suppose you might say that a young dog will also poop. So you might say there is some puppy poop. Puppy poop. On the kitchen floor. Oh no, the puppy's done a poop. The puppy has done a poo-poo. What? Someone mentioned a song the other day called Live is Life. And it's by a group called Opus. It's a brilliant song. I actually looked it up and played it on YouTube. Brilliant piece of music. Life is live. Live is life. Brilliant. Eaglefly says you are famous. I don't think I'm famous, really. I'm not famous on YouTube. There are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people now on YouTube every moment. Thousands and thousands of people are now teaching English on YouTube as well. So I am lost. I am floating around in the sea. The sea, the ocean of content. There I am swimming. But I'm waving to you. People think I'm waving, but instead I'm actually drowning. I'm not waving, I'm drowning. Yes, have you seen the orange on the show called The Annoying Orange? Yes, I have. I have seen it. I know it. I remember when it first started. It is an orange that talks. And sometimes it can be very annoying. So yes, I do remember the orange on the annoying orange. I remember many YouTubers, many YouTube stars from years and years ago who were well known, but now no one knows who they are. Mr. Duncan, we are happy to meet you in this live stream. Your videos are amazing. Hello, Soul with Universe. Hello to you, Soul with Universe. Very nice. Thank you very much. Zanobia says, I am upper intermediate in English. Upper intermediate. Many of the people who watch my lessons are probably intermediate to upper intermediate. But there are, of course, people who are watching who have maybe they've been learning English for maybe a year or maybe 1.5 years, and they join me because they want to listen to my accent. They want to listen to my voice. And of course, you can also read the captions as well. You can have captions. All you have to do is press C on your keyboard and you will have them. Your channel is like gold, says Jasper. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I do appreciate everything that you say and everything you do, but I suppose reality in this world can sometimes be slightly harsh or cruel, and that is one of the things you have to accept, you see, about this. You have to accept that things are not always going to be great here on YouTube. Hello, Quadan Maximed. Hello, I am from Somalia and I am an intermediate level of English speaking. I have an intermediate level, or I am at. So when we talk about levels, we normally say you are at your position, where you are at. So I am now at intermediate level. Hello also to... Oh, hello Francesca again. Thank you very much. Oh yes, of course. Pigeon poop, bird poop can actually destroy or damage your car as well. So if a bird does a poop on your car and then you leave it there for many days, it can actually damage the paint and also buildings as well. Pigeon poop, I think it contains a lot of lime, and lime is very bad for stone or brick. It will actually dissolve and damage the bricks and also the stone on old buildings. If you ever look at an old building, if you ever see an old building, quite often you will see lots of strange metal objects on the front of the building. They look like that, sticking up. And they are to stop the pigeons from landing on the buildings. So they look like that. So when the pigeon comes down to land, oh, I can't land there, it's too sharp. Maliha, Mr. Duncan, in the UK, if a person wants to work in a government position, do they have to take a test or not? Not really, no. But then, if you are doing something that is in a specialist area, then I suppose you will have to take some sort of test. But I think what you are talking about is an entry test. So a test that you have to take to be able to work in the government. This is very similar to what happens in China, actually. So in China, every year, thousands and thousands of people sit an exam because they want to become part of the Communist Party, you see. It is the largest club in the world. That's what I always say. People in China also say the same thing, you see. It is the largest club in the world. The Communist Party of China. It is the largest club in the world. and many people want to join it. If you can become a worker or someone who works within the People's Republic, the Communist Party of China, your social position is elevated quite a lot. So whatever it is, many people try every year. Hundreds of thousands of people try to get a job with the Chinese government because it will actually raise your social status. It's a very strange way of looking at communism, but it's true. That's exactly how it works. Mr. Duncan, are you in the studio or in your garden? I didn't see any pigeons. Hello, Abdul Wahid. I'm in the garden today. It's a beautiful day here. I am actually outside in the garden. I'm not in the studio, as you will see in a moment. Look. Oh, there you are. Hi, everybody. This is... Oh, hang on. No, I've already done that. What is a civil servant? A civil servant is a person who works in a government department. That's it, really. Jayendra says, I have a lot of pigeons in my house and all around. And yes, they're droppings. So that is another polite way of saying poo-poo. Droppings. Yuck. Your garden is... Why is your garden so big? Asks Daniel. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's just the way it's designed, I suppose. It is a bright sunny day there. Yes, today. Today it's lovely, you see. Yesterday was terrible. I was trying to do my live stream yesterday. And it wasn't going very well because we had a lot of rain. And I did get wet. I did get wet yesterday. Mohammed Ahmed. Mr. Duncan, I think you have a very good memory of China. Yes, I do. I spent many years living there. So it did have a big effect on my life. When you travel around the world, when you meet different people from other cultures and people who have a different way of looking at life, it does expand your own way of looking at everything around you as well. So yes, it did change my attitude towards everything. I am very low or very bad at speaking, and also your handwriting in English. Mr. Duncan, suggest some words to overcome my inability. Well, speaking is the thing that most people have difficulty with. It's perfectly normal to have difficulty speaking, because it's like performing, you see. So I always think that speaking is the hardest part of learning any language. So it doesn't matter if it's English or French or German or Chinese, Spanish, Vietnamese. It doesn't matter. Speaking is always the hardest part, you see? Always the hardest part. Mr. Duncan, your land is very big. Fortunately, I don't have to take care of the garden because I have my own personal gardener. Please don't tell him I said that. Don't tell Mr. Steve that I said that. Please. Unicorina, Mr. Duncan, what do you call someone that works in a council? If you work for the local council, you will be a council worker. Council worker. So many years ago, all of the councils around the world, what am I talking about? In this country, around the UK, and certainly in England, were actually governed by the government. But over the years, local councils are able to take care of their own finances and affairs. So you might be described as a council worker nowadays. Although many years ago you may have been described as a civil servant. Mr. Duncan, is your land from your parents, or you bought it? My parents did not give me this. They did not. I had to work very, very hard. Not only myself, but also Mr. Steve, for many, many years. Although, having said that, around here, property and land is not very expensive. So that is worth remembering when we talk about this house and this land. To be honest with you, it is not expensive to live around here. Some property is expensive and some of it isn't. This was not. But we were very lucky. I will be honest with you. We were very lucky when we found this house. We were very lucky. And also the people who were selling the house really wanted us to have it. Can you believe that? That's never happened to me before. I've never known such a lovely way or a lovely attitude towards another person. The people who owned this house before we moved here said, we want you to have this house because we know you will take care of it. We know you will look after it. So that's quite amazing. Isn't that lovely? Huckleberry Morowitz. Hello, Huckleberry Morowitz. I like your name, by the way. Huckleberry. It's a little bit like Huckleberry Finn. Not very politically correct nowadays. Marietta. Meeting people from other cultures and habits normally helps and teaches us to be more flexible, tolerant, and able to adapt. I think so. They always say that travel broadens the horizon. It broadens your way of looking at the world, and I agree. I think it's very true. Meeting people, gaining experience, sharing views, talking about your differences, and also your similarities as well. You are very lucky to have this heavenly piece of land and a house. I know, but of course you have to work. You don't just get this given to you. You have to work very hard for many, many years. So this is what you get as you get older. If you work hard, if you put a lot of effort into your life, which is what we've had to do. So you might say that this is a small reward. But now, for the past 14 years, by the way, I've been doing this for free. So I don't get paid anymore by an employer. I don't pick up a big salary for doing this. I do all of this for free. Which is why sometimes I ask for donations, you see, to help my work continue. What does the new normal mean? Thank you, Trang. The new normal. Well, when we talk about the new normal, we might talk about the new way of living. So the way of living or the way of behaving that seems different to how we used to do it, but it is now the new way of doing it. Sometimes it is used negatively, so sometimes we see the new normal as being a negative thing. For example, the new normal of wearing face masks, the new normal of social distancing. So there are many new ways. Certainly this year, there are many new ways of doing things. And each time our habits change, we call it the new normal. Maybe American politics. You might describe that as the new normal. The new normal. Quite often we don't use it in a positive way, we use it negatively. If something is not as good as it used to be, maybe something is happening that many people disagree with. It is the new normal. Can you please speak like a Brummie, the dialect of Birmingham? Maybe another day we will do that. Okay. What will you do if you get more stress, Mr. Duncan? Says Abdul. I try to avoid stress. The way to avoid stress is to keep this clear. Up here. Your mind. So sometimes there are things that annoy me or upset me. Maybe there is something that is on my mind. For example, maybe the situation with my mother. So that worries me. That upsets me. But also there are other things that I also like to have in my mind. Positive things. Things that allow you to continue. To have a smile on your face. And let's face it. During this time, we all need to try and find something positive to think about. Mr. Duncan, can we please have subtitles? Barkati. Hello, Barkati. If you click C on your keyboard, let me just say now, click C on click C on your keyboard and you will get captions as if by magic. So all you have to do if you are watching on your computer, you have to press C and then you will get captions. It's amazing, it's super duper. Huckleberry says, I am also in my back garden, sitting in a chair. I'm in my back garden, standing under my little gazebo. So I'm actually sheltering here underneath the gazebo because of the wind, you see. It's quite windy today. So that's the reason why I'm sheltering underneath the gazebo. Mr. Duncan, can you please talk a little bit about the city where you live? Well, first of all, I don't live in a city, I live in a very small town. So this place is in the countryside. It is rural, far away from the big towns and the big cities. So the town where I live is small. It is a small place. Can you remove your cap? Why? See, I never do that, because the problem is if I take my cap off and then someone else will say, please remove your shirt. And then someone else will say, Mr. Duncan, please remove your trousers. So where do I stop? Where do I stop? Mr. Duncan, what if a person wants to buy a house in the UK? What is the name of the person who can find a buyer for selling? I think you mean estate agent. Estate agent. I will write that down for you. I will write that down. Estate agent. An estate agent. There we go. It is an estate agent. An estate agent try again. Estate agent. So estate agent. Estate agent is a person who sells houses. They will sell property. Have you argued with a person who you really love? Oh dear. What kind of advice are you asking for here? I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure what you want me to say there. The one thing I would say is, it is normal if you are in a relationship, it is normal to have problems, it is normal to have arguments, it is normal to sometimes disagree. Maybe you will have a big argument and maybe you don't talk to each other for many days. You see, it's all normal. One of the worst things you can do in a relationship is stop communicating. It's the worst thing. You must always talk to each other. So my secret to a good relationship is to always communicate, be open with each other. So if you feel upset or worried about something, tell your partner. Let them know. That is the reason why they are there. They love you. They want to be with you. And that is what you do. You share your emotions, your feelings. You communicate. So that is always a very important thing to remember in any relationship. You must always communicate with each other. Do you have kids? No. I don't have any children. That's why I look so happy. Oh dear. No, I don't have any children. I don't have a son. I'm not married. Soul with the universe. Soul with the universe. Are you married? I'm not married. No. You will find here in the UK, more and more people are choosing not to get married. They are deciding to stay single, or maybe just to have a relationship, or maybe a civil partnership, which is recognised in law. But yes, more and more people now are deciding to get married later in life, or maybe just to live together, and then you can find out whether the relationship will work or not. So I think it's a bit like testing the relationship, you see. So sometimes a couple, two people might move in together, they might live together for a while just to see if they can get along with each other. You see? Sometimes it is good to argue. Oh, I suppose so. I suppose so, yes. Sometimes it is good to argue. It is like washing your dirty clothes. I think Johnny Depp would disagree with that. I think he would. Mr. Duncan, what do you like to do in your free time? Do you have any hobbies? Thank you, Daniel. Well, I suppose nowadays my hobby is this. Doing this takes up a lot of my time. From in the morning, when I wake up, quite often I have to prepare all of this. I have to set all of the equipment up in my studio or out here. So I suppose you might say that this has become my hobby. This has become my vocation in life. So over the years I've devoted more and more time to doing this. Mr. Duncan, who will thank you. Who will take care of you when you get old? I don't know. Should I worry about that? Should I be worried about it? There are people in families who don't take care of their parents when they get old. So even if you have children, It doesn't mean that they will take care of you when you get old. It doesn't mean anything. So that's the reason why I want to stay fit and healthy. So this year I will be 5 years away from 60. So I have to make sure that I'm going to stay healthy for the future. So 5 years from now I will be 60 years old. I can't believe it. So I have to make sure that I stay healthy. I have to make sure that I stay fit and healthy. So that is my way of looking at things. I wouldn't expect someone to take care of me anyway. Nowadays it is very difficult to raise a child. I think so. I think parents are amazing. Parents who have maybe 2 or 3 children. And then you have to do a job as well. Sometimes both parents have to work, but also they have to look after their children as well. It's amazing. It's amazing. It is amazing. I think so. Mr. Duncan, are electric scooters popular nowadays in the UK? I want to buy one of those because I don't want to drive or take public transport. Oh, I see. When you say scooter, do you mean the thing that you stand on? So you stand on top of it and then you scoot around the streets. You go around on an electric scooter. Let me just think. I'm just thinking. For a while, they were illegal. But I think nowadays you can use them again. But I really do think for a while they were not allowed on the roads. But I'm not sure nowadays. I think the law has actually changed. So I think nowadays you can actually use them. I think you can. Nowadays you can use them. But maybe not on the road. I would certainly not use an electric scooter in London on the road. I think it is very dangerous. In fact, some people have been killed riding their electric scooters around the roads of London. So yes, I would say maybe yes, but be careful. Be very careful. I'm not a big fan of electric scooters, but I think it is now my best option, says Unicarina. I think you should check to find out. So maybe certain places in England, so maybe certain towns or cities, they might not allow scooters, electric scooters on the road. So I think it depends on where you are going to stay. Mr. Duncan, I like your philosophy of life and I totally agree with you. Thank you, Beatrice. Well, I think your own personal health is important. So I don't want to be a burden on other people as I get older. That's the last thing I want to do. So I don't want to have someone else give up their life to look after me. I don't think that's very fair, to be honest. But that's just my feeling, my own feeling on that. So maybe I will have to take care of Mr. Steve. Or maybe Mr. Steve will have to take care of me. It depends, really, you see. It depends. Richard says, I have an electric bike. Yes, very popular here in the UK, very popular here in England. Power-assisted bikes. So you still ride the bike and you still use your feet to work the bike. However, there is also a little battery inside the bike that makes it easier to operate and work the bike. Yes, I think so. I think so. Very good. Hello, Safe. Hello, Sale Mango. I love mangoes. Can you send me some mangoes? Oh my goodness. Hello, Safe Mango. I am a newbie, but I do follow your intriguing lessons from Kenya. Hello, Kenya. I know I have some viewers in Kenya, and it's great to see you here as well. So welcome, Kenya. And also a big hello to Sale Mango. Mangoes. I do like mangoes very much. Luca, the people with the blue names are moderators. You are right, yes. The people on the live chat with the blue name and the little spanner, they are moderators. They will keep an eye on the live chat to make sure there is nothing naughty going on. Unique Arena here in Barcelona. They are very popular, but I was wondering about the UK because when I visited Somerset there were lots of very fast bikes. I almost had an accident with a biker when I was leaving Asda, one of the popular supermarkets here in the UK. That's interesting, yeah. There are many different types of transport. So you have public transport, like buses, trams. It's true. So there are many big towns and cities here now in England that have trams that run along the road on rails. They are normally powered by electricity. And also people like to have their own transport. Of course, we have cars, motorbikes, we have bicycles, electric bicycles, and also electric scooters as well that you stand on. When I was in Paris last year, I saw lots and lots of electric scooters. There were electric scooters everywhere. They were all over the place. Mr. Duncan. Oh, Anwar. Hello, Anwar. Your question is very interesting. I'm not going to get into that subject because you have to be careful at the moment because of YouTube, you see. They are listening and watching right now. Well, not right now, but they do have algorithms that can recognize certain words. It's true. I'm not joking. That is true. You have to be very careful what you say on YouTube. So no, I don't believe that virus is made up. I think it is real because there are many people dying around the world. If you have a look at some of the news reports from around the world, there are many people dying. So I don't think it is made up, and I don't think it is a conspiracy. So I disagree with that. I don't think it is, because there are many people who are suffering, many people who have died, and of course many more people who will become ill and will die. So it is a serious situation. What people are trying to do now is prevent the virus from spreading more. So it might seem as if it's going away, but it isn't. It's still there. So all of the precautions, all of the things that we have to do, like wear a mask, social distancing, all of these things are to prevent the virus from spreading more. You are trying to control the spread. So that's the reason why we do it. That is the reason why we are doing that. I love the taste of mango, but I can't eat it anymore because I'm allergic to it. I'm sorry to hear that, Mika. I like mango, but it's very hard to get good mangoes. Someone has started using their saw, their chainsaw. Mr. Duncan, do you arrange your own courtyard By yourself. May I use, instead of by yourself, can I use the phrase on your own? Do you take care of your garden by yourself? Do you take care of your garden on your own? Do you do it by yourself? Do you take care of your garden by yourself? So all of those things are okay. You can ask that question in many ways. So yes, it's okay. Soul with Universe. Mr. Duncan, in some videos you said you like cheese, and then after cheese, what is your most favourite food? That's interesting. Besides cheese, I also like baked beans. Does that sound strange? Does that sound unusual? I do like baked beans. A lovely tin of beans on some toast. A very simple meal, but also very delicious as well. A delicious meal. Yes, very nice. So yes, I do like beans on toast. You take some beans and you heat them up gently. Maybe you put a little bit of garlic or some herbs, or of course a little bit of cheese. You can put that into your baked beans, and then you make some toast. You have some lovely toasted bread. You put some butter on the bread, and then you put the beans on top of the toast. Very nice. Oh my goodness. I think I could eat beans on toast right now, because I am feeling a little bit peckish, a little bit hungry, to be honest. Sale Mango, why do Britons choose to remain single? Well, I suppose it is what we call a lifestyle choice. It's an interesting phrase. So there are many lifestyle choices that a person can make. Some people feel as if they want to have a relationship and get married. There are others who enjoy being independent. They like to have their independence. They like to be a person who is not attached to anyone else. So there are many people now who prefer to have a single life. However, they might sometimes go on dates. They might be looking for a partner, but at the same time they are also living their lives as well. So I think there are many reasons why some people will put their career above a relationship. So instead of finding a person, they are actually looking for a good career. So some people devote their time, their life to having a good career. So there are many lifestyle choices that you can make. And that's one of the reasons why I suppose living here is quite good, because there is no pressure. We don't really have social pressure anymore here in England or even the UK. There is very little social pressure. So whatever you hear or read or see on the television or on the internet, most people in the UK and certainly in England have very little pressure from other people in society. I know it's very controversial to say that, but pressure, social pressure, is something we don't have so much anymore. I have lived in other countries where there is a lot of social pressure, a lot of pressure to behave in a certain way or to live your life in a certain way. Very different. Abdul. Hello, Abdul. Nice to see you here. Favourite pet? I used to have a dog. When I lived in China, I had a little dog called Potato, as I mentioned earlier. I always wonder what age you have to leave your work in England. Hello, Para. Para. When you say leave, do you mean retire? So, yes, when you reach a certain age here in the UK, or certainly here in England, you can retire. So nowadays, that's a very interesting question. Nowadays, I think it's 65. I think it's 65 for women, and I think it's 67 for men. I might be wrong there. I might be wrong. But they are talking about raising the retirement age to 70. 70! Can you believe going to work? You have to go to work every day until you're 70. So there is a desire amongst people to retire younger. So there are people, of course, who retire much earlier or sooner. There are people who retire when they are maybe 55. So some people like to retire. They want to stop working when they are around maybe 55 or 60, because you still have a lot of life left ahead of you. Nowadays, being 60 is not seen as old. Some people might say that life begins at 60. So you do see a lot of people in their 60s and in their 70s still enjoying a very good life. Active, healthy. That is what I want, you see. I want to stay healthy for as long as I can. So I think I'm doing a very good job. I think I am doing a good job from my own point of view. Although I'm not sure about retiring. I think I will do this until my last day in this world. I think so. I want to do this forever. So as long as I have breath in my body and the blood is moving around inside my veins, I will carry on doing this. So I don't think I will ever retire from this. I think I will do this forever and ever until my last breath. Nice. The social pressures come from a lack of pension schemes in some countries. That is the reason why people start a family, in order to be supported by their children. Tomek, that is a very good point. And this is also a thing that is different from country to country. So even though here in England, in the UK, but England especially, because that's where I live, England has what they call a state pension. State pension. So during your working life, you will pay money all the time into something called a state pension. So when you retire, that pension will then be paid back to you. So you receive an amount of money every month or every week from the government. However, you have already paid that money, you see? So during your working life, you will pay money towards your state pension. So that's what happens here. And of course it is different around the world. Everywhere has their own way of doing that. Speaking in public. Oh, I have done a lesson. I have made a lesson on my YouTube channel all about making a speech or giving a speech. So I have actually done that on my YouTube channel. There is a lesson, giving a speech, making a speech, on my YouTube channel. I don't have the lesson number in front of me because I'm in the garden, unfortunately. But yes, there is a lesson all about speaking. Public speaking is not easy to do. It's one of the hardest things to do. I think so. It can be very difficult. Marietta, it is so nice and emotional to hear that, Mr. Duncan. I just hope to live as long as you will. Well, if there is one thing that no one knows, it is the length of our lives. I think so. So I don't know how long I'm going to live. You don't. No one really does. You might wake up in the morning, you might go into the bathroom and have a shower, and you might slip over in the shower and hit your head. And that's it. Lights out. The lights are out. Or, of course, you might go through life and have no problems at all. Some people are very lucky, and some people are not. Fate. The fickle finger of fate. Where will it point next, I wonder? Mr. Duncan, is dispatch the same meaning as send? If you dispatch something, yes, you are sending something away to be delivered, normally a package. So quite often a large item will be dispatched. To send something out, to send something through the mail or through the post. You dispatch something. You might dispatch a person to go and do a certain job or a task. You dispatch that person. To send out, to send away. So yes, you might say send. Send and dispatch can be used as synonyms. It's true. Wow, look at the time. I can't believe it. I've been on for 1 hour and 35 minutes. I can't believe it. 1 hour and 35 minutes. Did you notice today I came on 2 minutes early? Did you like that? Did anyone notice? I was actually early today. Maybe the first time in a very long time that I've been early. But I was early today. If a person has their own business, is he going to retire from work or not? Yes. Well, a person who employs themselves or has their own business, quite often they will find it hard to retire. They will want to keep doing something in their business. My one piece of advice, and this is something I remember many years ago someone said to me, and I've always remembered it. They said, don't retire until you know what you're going to do. So don't give up your job, don't retire unless you know what you're going to do. Because you will find when you leave your job, when you suddenly retire, it can actually be quite a shock. It can take a long time to actually adjust to being retired. So it might sound like a good thing when you think about it, but in fact, retirement can be a very stressful thing. There are many people who retire from their job and then they regret it. They regret it straight away. Some very interesting messages coming up today. Oh, by the way, I am with you tomorrow. I am back tomorrow from 2 p.m. UK time. Tomorrow, Wednesday, English Addict tomorrow. So we have our normal lesson, whatever normal is. We all have our own versions of normality, including me. Belarusia is here. Hello, Belarusia. I didn't notice you here. I can't believe it. The internet is working at my father's. Really? Well, hello, Belarusia, and also a special hello to your dad as well. I hope you're having a good day there in Argentina. Have you ever been to Asian countries? Asks Rolando. I have. I've been to Malaysia. I've been to Malaysia many times. It used to be a favourite place of mine to visit for a rest, for a vacation. Very nice. I've also been to Singapore, China, of course. I lived in China for many years, working and teaching. What are the differences? There are many differences. I suppose one of the big differences would be the way in which the country is governed, the type of government, or the type of thing that is in place as a government, the way in which the government is run, the way in which the government operates. So that would probably be the biggest difference. I think so. Palmyra says, I've been teaching for almost 40 years. 40. It's too long. Sometimes it's quite shocking sometimes when you consider how long you've been working for. It is quite amazing when you consider how long you've been working for. I think it's amazing sometimes. But yes, 40 years. I think that's something to be proud of, to be honest. I think that is quite an achievement. Thank you for your lessons. You are very kind. Thank you, Mohammed Ahmed. You are welcome, no problem. That is why I'm here. And don't forget, I am with you every day until the end of July. So on Friday, it is the last day of July. So I will be with you tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. I will be with you for the rest of the week and also the rest of the month. What a month. It's been so busy. It's been so busy. Thank you for getting involved today. Luis Mendez is talking about his past. About Portugal. Portugal. Another place I visited last year, by the way. Highly recommend Portugal. Very nice. I've never been to Nepal, ever. I've never been to Nepal. How many times have you been to Malaysia? Asks Grace. I've been to Malaysia about 14, maybe 14 times during the 1990s. Between 1995 and 2001, yes, I used to visit Malaysia quite often. I used to go there twice a year sometimes. So I really did enjoy being there. I enjoyed the food. I enjoyed the people. I enjoyed everything about it, to be honest. Very, very nice. Abdul says, can I say Happy Eid Ul-Fitr for all the Muslims? Yes, there is Eid coming up. I remember being in Malaysia one year, many years ago. I was in Malaysia and they had the Chinese New Year and also Eid at the same time. It's very interesting. Luciana, Mr. Duncan, are the English schools open? Are students back at school? That is a very good question. Well, now, of course, the schools here are closed anyway, because now it's the summer holiday. To be honest with you, school children and students have not been at school very much this year. So now it is actually the summer holiday here in England. So all the schools are closed because it is summertime. Believe it or not, it doesn't look like summer, but it is. It is definitely summer at the moment. I can't believe that I have internet here. Internet. I suppose it depends how you're using it. If you're using your mobile phone, one of the things I've noticed, especially around here, one of the things I've noticed around here is sometimes as you walk around with your phone, you will find that the signal going into your phone changes as you move around. So sometimes you might have a very strong signal, but then you move your phone slightly and then suddenly the signal disappears. So you might find sometimes you have to move your phone around to get a good signal. I think at the moment my phone is using the Wi-Fi in the house. So this particular phone is actually picking up the Wi-Fi from inside the house. Can you believe it? I don't know how that's possible. Because I'm not in the house, I'm outside. So I think the Wi-Fi must be very good in the house here. Because I've recently changed all of the equipment. If you remember, I was having some difficulty with my streams. Sometimes the connection kept breaking down. So I actually phoned up the company and they came and they brought with them lots and lots of new equipment. So now I've installed some new equipment in the house. And as far as I can tell, it would appear that the internet connection is always very good. So that is what we are using now. So this connection you are watching now is coming through the house phone. Here in Rio de Janeiro, it is 30 degrees or more, and it is supposed to be winter. 30 degrees in winter. Wow. I can only dream of that. Abdul, which airlines did you like the most whilst travelling? I have always had a very good experience with Malaysian Airlines. I really do like Malaysian Airlines. I've never had a bad experience with MAS, as they are called. They are known as MAS, Malaysian Airlines. And yes, I like Malaysian Airlines. I know they've had some problems, putting it mildly, but yes, I've always had a very good experience with Malaysian Airlines. Never had a bad experience. Oh, by the way, when we came back from Portugal last year, was it Portugal or was it France? We came back with a company called Ryanair, and that was very good. Was it Ryanair or EasyJet? Was it EasyJet? I don't think it was Ryanair. No, I think it was EasyJet, but it was very good service. The internet sometimes drops or stops. So my internet connection here was not very stable. So you need stable internet if you are streaming, but sometimes your internet might keep doing that. That's not good, you see, if you are streaming. You must have a constant stream if you are streaming live. It is very important. 1996, 1997 and 1998, the Chinese New Year's and Eid were celebrated together. I will tell you now when it was. It was, I think it was 1996. Although I don't think it was. I think it may have been 98. I think it may have been 1998. I was in Malaysia, by the way, when the Asian economy collapsed. So in 1997, who remembers that? When the economy, many of the Asian economies collapsed. I was actually in Malaysia when it happened. And then suddenly, the value of the ringgit went sky high. I don't know what happened. It was amazing. So yes, there was a very big problem in the Asian economy in 1997, and I was actually in Malaysia at the time. It caused so much trouble at the time. But the one thing I do remember is that the rate of exchange for the pound and the ringgit went very high. So instead of getting 7 or 8 ringgit for every pound, suddenly it went up to about 14 or 15 for every pound. Bizarre. It was incredible. Thank you, Belarusia. I look forward to watching Mr. Duncan's videos. Yes, I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel. Over 500, in fact. Many. Grace Chin says, do you remember 2014? 2014. It seems such a long time ago. Isn't it strange? So when people talk about 2013 or 2014, it seems like a very long time ago. I think so. Tomex says, the one thing that still has value is gold. The value of gold is sky high. It is true. When things are bad, when times are difficult, people always buy gold. If you can. If you can afford it. No, I don't have any gold. I've never bought gold in my life. I've never bought a piece of gold. I don't have jewellery. I've never worn gold, ever. I wish I could. That would be very nice, actually. But no, I don't have any gold. But yes, when times are difficult, when things are difficult, quite often people will buy gold because gold always keeps its value. In fact, quite often the value of gold will go very high, like now. Wow, this has been a busy one. I've just realised we have had a very busy live stream today. I've been standing here for a very long time. The fresh food, roti, yes, oh my goodness, the curry with the bread, and all of the traditional Chinese food that was all cooked outside. There were many large food courts in Malaysia, and the place I was staying at is called Penang. Penang has some of the best food in the world. And it's very cosmopolitan as well. There is lots of Indian food, lots of Thai food, Chinese food. So whatever your taste is, there is something to please you in Penang. And of course you can have Western food as well. If you want to have McDonald's in Penang, you can. When I stay in front of a native speaker, my mind goes blank. My mind becomes blocked, and I find it difficult to speak with them. But I understand all that they've said. What shall I do to avoid that? I think the problem you have there is confidence. Confidence is something that you can't just have. It takes time. So you build confidence normally. Slowly you introduce yourself to new situations or new things. But at first it's always difficult, you see? It's always difficult. Hero, hello Hero, TZ or TZ, as we say here. Is this true? Is this live? Really, Mr. Duncan? Yes, it is live right now, just to prove it. I will show you my watch. Yes, you see? It is now 7 minutes before 4 o'clock. 7 minutes to 4 on a Tuesday afternoon. Yes, we are live at the moment. I am live right now on YouTube in the garden. So thank you very much. Yes, it is true. Hero. Where are you watching, by the way? Where are you watching right now? I'm very interested to find out. I am not really a fan of football. I don't follow football. I know today I think it's here in the UK, I think the Premier League is coming to an end today. I think so. Is it the last day for the Premier League? I think it is. But I don't follow football. I will be honest, I don't really follow football very much. Hero says, unbelievable. Thank you. I'm glad that I'm able to make such a strong impression. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. There are lots of birds hopping around my garden at the moment. They are all busy. Yes, it's true. It is unbelievable that I am live, but you should believe it because I am here now live. And now it is approaching 6 minutes away from 4 o'clock. Oh, nice watch, Mr. Duncan. Thank you very much. That was a lovely present, a lovely gift that I received from Mr. Steve for my birthday. Oh, by the way, it will be my birthday again in August. Ooh. Yineen Haddad asks, Mr. Duncan, do you have an Instagram account? Yes, I do. I actually do have Instagram. A lot of people have been asking about Instagram, and yes, I do have Instagram. Excuse me, I'm just trying to find it. But I do have Instagram. All I have to do is find it. I had this problem yesterday. I have Instagram, but I can't actually find it easily. So just bear with me. I know this is not exciting or interesting, but I am trying to find Instagram. Interesting. Here is my Instagram account name. I will show you on my phone. There it is. So that is what my Instagram name is on my phone. No, you can't have the password. So there it is. Now you know. That is my Instagram address. Although, to be honest with you, I don't use it very often. I used to use it quite often, but not for a long time. So now you know what my Instagram is. This is the first time to talk to you. Wow. Wow. Hero. Thank you, Hero. Well, guess what? Guess what? I will also be live tomorrow. We can't believe it, Mr. Duncan. Yes, I am live with you tomorrow from 2 p.m. UK time. We will be live, and tomorrow it is English Addict. English Addict tomorrow. English Addict from 2 p.m. UK time tomorrow. We will do this all over again. We are coming up towards the end of today's live stream. I'm very sorry about that. It is almost time to say goodbye, but as I said, I will be back with you tomorrow, 2 p.m. UK time. We have lots of things. We are looking at contemporary words tomorrow, words that are currently being used a lot. Contemporary words. So now you know my Instagram page, and you can follow me if you want. Maybe I will put a photograph on there today. I don't do it very often. Let's have a look, shall we? I wonder if I can put an Instagram picture on right now. I wonder if I can. Let's see. I can't even remember my... I can't remember... Ah, okay. I'm just logging in. I'm now logging in to my Instagram. I haven't done this for a long time on here. Oh, I already have people who have followed me. Oh, hello. Hello, Candy. Candy Zane. Also, Yi Haddad. Oh, hello. Nice to see your smiling face on my Instagram. Jurek. Hello, Jurek as well. Also, Deniska as well on Instagram. Thank you very much. We have... Oh, there we go. There you are. You see, you are already following me on Instagram. Isn't that nice? Wow, I feel very honoured. Thank you very much. Maybe I should take a photograph now and put it onto my Instagram, shall I? Before I go. And then you will never forget this moment, this wonderful moment of time. Here we go then. If I can remember how to do it. Ah, there we go. There we are. I can see myself now. There are some very strange things that you can do on your phone, I've noticed. There are lots of strange filters that you can put on your phone nowadays. Very interesting. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I've got my phone here, you see, so I'm going to take a selfie. I will take a selfie and see if it works. Well, that doesn't look right. There we go. Let's see. Ah, there we are. Isn't that lovely? There we go. I will try to take a photograph on Instagram. So everyone say cheese. Can you say cheese, please? Say cheese. Hello. So you will see that later on my Instagram page. Thank you very much for your company. I am going now because it is 4 o'clock. It's time to say adieu. Adieu to you and you and you. But I will see you tomorrow from 2 p.m. UK time. And of course, I am with you every day this week. Tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. Every day I will be here with you live. See you tomorrow. Thanks for your company. I hope you've enjoyed this. Maybe I will see you on Instagram later. Perhaps. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thanks for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed this. For the past 2 hours I've been here, standing here talking to you for 2 hours. And of course, until the next time we meet here on YouTube, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. UK time, English Addict. We are doing lots of things tomorrow connected to the English language. And of course, you know what's coming next. Ta-ta for now.